CPF special account just closed for those above 55, not for everybody. And as you know, this year, 2025, we have a lot of big changes to CPF. Firstly, CPF special account is closing for those above 55. And not just that, government is increasing the enhanced retirement sum, which is the max limit that you can pump to your retirement account. So I actually did a very interesting podcast talking about enhanced retirement sum and actually left a clip on TikTok. What are your thoughts of the new change in, because there's enhanced retirement sum coming, correct? Which is previously was 1.5x of full retirement sum. Now it's going to be 2x.
Yes.
Would you be a fan of topping up to enhanced retirement sum? I don't know if you caught notice on it. At the bottom, there are a lot of comments, correct? And it feels to me that in TikTok, there's a lot of toxic comments, a lot of negative stuff. But in any case, I try to see what are usable parts and I'll try to do a reaction to hopefully dispel some myths or some inaccuracies with regards to CPF. So without further ado, let me pull up the first comment, which is CPF keeps changing, like roti prata, not roti planta, roti prata. Then another comment, this is by Edward, the rule can change, probably as to why don't contribute to enhanced retirement sum, correct? And someone else further commented, you are very correct. RA start withdrawal at age 60, then extend to 62 and now 65. Actually, I'm not too sure about that accuracy. I trust that you extend to age 70. Maybe that will happen because what happened was previously anyone reaching age 55 could withdraw the entire CPF sum out. But that has been pushed back to age 65, correct? So naturally there's a lot of this fear that as we age as a society, this withdrawal deadline will get kicked down the road. What we also observe along these years is that CPF has been trying to satisfy as many requirements as possible. That's why there's also a lot of confusion. These are some exceptions which I don't even know about it or not. Even if you don't have the full retirement sum, you can still withdraw out $5,000. And even when you reach age of 65, you can still withdraw out 20% of your retirement savings, excluding any cash top-ups, CPF transfers and government grants along the way. So while these new rules add on more exceptions for people, they create a lot of confusion and sometimes inadvertently create some mistrust. Let's look for further comments. I don't subscribe to this new ERS anymore. Too much cash tied up in CPF. I'm taking action to reinvest myself, choosing only to meet FRS, which is full retirement sum if you're not already familiar. Another comment. No, I will not. Because if we need cash for emergency, there is no way to draw out. Moreover, there will be no interest after 65 for RA, correct? Actually, last sentence may not be correct. I'll address it towards the end of this video, so stay tuned right to the very end. Yet another comment. Good ongoing ERS, only if you don't know how to invest. Generally, ERS, which is 4 times basic retirement sum, does not give you 4x payout. You are worse off if you don't know how to invest in different instruments. Plan properly. And this user went to further elaborate, 3.3k for ERS versus FAT 2.7k. I think that is FRS full retirement sum. It's not proportional at all. You put more but your payout return is minuscule increase. Plan carefully, only if you are financially savvy. Actually, there are some inaccuracies with this. Yes, it is true that enhanced retirement sum is not exactly 2x of full retirement sum, but this 3.3 versus 2.7 is totally not correct. I think he's inputted a calculator somewhere wrongly. It is almost 2 times, which means if full retirement sum is $2,000, enhanced retirement sum is about $3,900, something like that. Coming to this point, if you have questions, leave in the comment sections. And as always, I'd like to do a quick shout out. I will be doing a CPF seminar very soon to help Singaporeans understand CPF better, to help Singaporeans understand investing a bit better. Look for links below for more details. The last time I did a Georgetown meet at Esplanade, it was sold out. So as always, get your tickets quickly with the links below. Back to my point on how to think through on whether you should top up to ERS or just draw all your CPF monies. I've done a flowchart to describe how I would approach it. Over here, if you have amounts above full retirement sum, again, if you have amounts less, then you can't really withdraw. If you have amounts more, then that option becomes available. So with that, we can flow to the second part of the chart, which is if you don't know where to invest, like what one comment has mentioned, or you have enough investments ready, then in these two situations, I would suggest you keep your monies in OA. Don't withdraw it out. Then from that blue box on the left, flowing down, is the next question. Do you want liquidity in your OA? Someone has mentioned about emergency cash, correct? Actually, you should have other cash savings in your bank account. Hopefully, it's not too tight for retirement that you need to rely all of your excess CPF for liquidity. Which means, if you don't need liquidity, you have more than enough retirement sources, then yes, you can do this one-way ticket to transfer monies to your own CPF retirement account and get a 4% compounding and enjoy more lifetime income when you are from 65 onwards. Again, this if you don't need liquidity. But if you do, for example, you want to pay off your house, for example, you want to send kids for a local university, or for example, you want to spend more from 55 to 65, go for a around the world trip, then maybe yes. Keep that money in OA because you can withdraw it anytime once you have the full retirement sum locked in. By the way, if you have your monies in OA, you can always still invest it in Singapore stocks. I don't even know it or not. You can use 35% of it. You can also buy retail funds to get it broadly invested. So it doesn't mean you keep your money in OA, it cannot be invested into equities. There are still options, but the options are much less. Which draws on to the right hand side of the diagram. If you have more than full retirement sum and you want to withdraw out, it is likely because you want more investment choices. So what can you invest? Firstly, you can buy Singapore stocks. Not all Singapore stocks you can buy with CPF OA. But when you buy by cash, you can for example buy penny stock if you so want to do so. Then you can also buy US stocks if you want with cash after you withdraw it out from your OA. You can also buy financial products such as retirement plans, such as annuity plans, so on and so forth. So how you should approach whether you should take the money out or not, maybe this flowchart can help you better. And as always, screenshot this, send this to someone who is having the same questions that can be answered with this diagram. And as always, again, smash the like button. It's taken me hours to prepare this whole presentation for you. With that cleared, let's move on to more juicy comments. The next one regards how to get to CPF Enhanced Retirement Sum. ERS option is good, but conversation must also center around how to arrive at this sum given different family makeup and expenses and income. Many who use OA have very little left and not much cash. Yet another comment. The question not answered is how to get to 426,000 in RA by 55. Will a normal SG citizen be able to accumulate such a sum, holding a normal job, raising 2 kids? Anyone? Any answers? Actually, my answer was yes, can. Many with continued income from 25 to 55 and haven't overcommitted to a mortgage can easily reach there. I've seen many private clients do that. And of course, naturally, they have been having strong careers with good income. A further comment. If you're a hyper income earner, obviously you want to top up the max because you have lots of money to tap on. If that's all you can tap on, no need the money to do your traveling at 55. Okay. This interview talk, not real. Please talk in common people status. We use our CPF to purchase HDB already. Common people, please. Next comment. Interviewing a high income earner. Get this answer. Go interview common folks. Not many can hit ERS. Some even cannot meet FRS. Yes, it's true, and later I'll explain a bit more, so hang on with me. Another comment, if you talk to those above 65, you will get a different answer. Exactly who is able to achieve that in today's standards? Speechless. So you can see a lot of very emotional comments. At this point, I think it is true. I have to acknowledge, with calculations done in a previous video actually, on how to get the CPF full retirement sum with median income, that just based on special account alone, an individual cannot reach full retirement sum, much less to reach enhanced retirement sum. So all the very emotional comments, I do understand. Yes, to be able to consider enhanced retirement sum, you must have had a good enough income that is probably above median income. But again, through my finding in that previous video, I have explained that if someone was prudent and have done top-ups to CPF special account, done transfers, done the right steps, didn't buy too much of a mortgage, there is still a path to enhanced retirement sum because your OA will still accumulate. If an individual has expended everything of his OA into mortgage, then there is no balance left to top up to ERS. I fully agree, but I also try to show positive steps to get to a better place. And if you want to find out more, check out the links above. I'll leave that video also towards the end of this. And inside that video, there's also a Google Sheet specially built up to actually how much someone with median income can build in their CPF. Now, let's move on to another sticky topic, which is CPF retirement account interest. Because moving towards ERS, enhanced retirement sum, you'll be sending money to your RA, and then there's this common misconception about interest over there. Let's read some comments. No doubt you get a higher monthly payout than FRS. The interest generated on RA after 65 is not yours anymore. It is used to feed others in the pool. I would rather put the excess in OA, get 2.5% till the end. Why has such a comment arisen? It's because it is true that in the event of your passing, CPF Life unused premium will be refunded to your loved ones, but interest on the CPF Life premium that has not been paid out gets put towards an annuity pool. Once we hear that, whatever that happens next, we can't quite listen already, correct? Because we get so fearful. Just now the comment, used to feed others in the pool. If we have that perspective, then we neglect the idea that, in a pool, some would benefit, some would not. What if that person lived very long and benefited? Annuity is the opposite of insurance. Let me explain. When we pay $100 to an insurance premium, and then we are covered for $100,000, that means that in a term plan, when we send $100 in, we are pooling together with a lot of $100s, such that one person who dies early gets that $100,000 payout, correct? We don't know when we'll die, and if we do, our $100 will have gotten another big pool to become $100,000. Those who didn't die, of course, their premium in the term plan is contributed in. The reverse happens for annuity plan. We don't know again when we die, which means if you live very long, you really benefit in this pooled risk structure. Living too long is a risk. And what is the benefit of pooling together in a pool? One quick answer, you get more payout. Really, you get more payout. Something which I'll discuss in a subsequent video to this. Smash the subscribe, get notified when I release that video, which is fully a breakdown on CPF Life payouts. You would see that for a female, age 55 this year, in a standard plan is $3,080 estimated. But for a basic plan, it's $2,920. When you pool in the annuity pool, it provides you more long term, which we can flip to a different perspective. If 2.5% can provide you enough interest income, then yes, maybe don't need to pool into an annuity pool. How about that? Because your sum very big, right? You 2.5%, you have enough to survive already. Then don't take that risk just in case you don't live very long. But then, if you need more interest to get a bigger monthly payout like this, then joining the annuity pool protects you in that sense. Hopefully I've clarified it. And also, just as a sidetrack, if an individual is concerned about this pooling mechanism, then simply opt for CPF Life Basic Plan. That option is still available. Not the default, but still available. Default is standard plan. And as you can see in this diagram, if you choose the CPF Life Basic Plan, whether it's ERS or FRS, 80 to 90% will still remain in your RA account. It still earns that interest that you're so afraid of losing. And sitting in RA account, it earns 4%. Then only a small 10 to 20% is put into the annuity pool. Makes sense so far? Maybe I've hinted also what I personally prefer, and I'll share that in the future episode. As always, thank you very much for watching right at the very end. Look for links below to join my CPF seminar. I will share more with you inside. And check out these previous videos I have that I've mentioned just now. Hopefully it helps you further. Take care as always. Goodbye.